On January 21st, 2025, the US president announced the biggest project in the country's history since the Manhattan Nuclear Program and Apollo space program. This project, called Stargate, is expected to use $500 billion to build an AI infrastructure from the ground up. The expectation is that the project will help accelerate the development of AI to the point where artificial general intelligence, or AGI, is created. In simple words, an AI that is at least as intelligent as a human being. The project is also set to utilize a ridiculous amount of resources and power. But will it work? The Stargate project is a joint collaboration between different companies. The major partners are OpenAI, SoftBank, Oracle, and MGX. If we look at the ownership structure of the project, which looks like this, it shows two major owners that have the most responsibility. OpenAI has the operational responsibility and SoftBank has the financial responsibility. Aside from this, there are other companies that may not have a direct ownership but are responsible for providing most of the technology for building the massive AI infrastructure across many locations. The infrastructure is in fact already underway. Abilene, Texas was chosen as the first location to build the first data centers of Stargate. This is being built over 1,000 acres of land. 2 out of 8 planned buildings have already been built and have been operational since last year. At its completion, this location alone is expected to consume 1.2 gigawatts of power. To put this into perspective, this is enough electricity to power roughly 1 million homes or 100 million LED bulbs. According to one estimate, the overall cost for the Abilene location is expected to hit $15 billion. But this is not it though. The project is much more bigger than this. Let's look at its overall finances first. The reason why it is being framed as the largest computing project is because of the massive $500 billion investment. This $500 billion is expected to be invested over 4 years. The initial investment is $19 billion from OpenAI and SoftBank each, and $7 billion from Oracle and MGX each. There is a lot of speculation around the structuring and obligation for this investment. According to one report, SoftBank itself used debt from Mizuho Bank to fulfill nearly 90% of its $19 billion investment. The primary reasons for the massive financial numbers are its scale and hardware. The GPUs that will be installed in this project are the latest ones, and they do not come cheap. NVIDIA alone is stated to be the primary provider with its Blackwell GPUs. Over 450,000 of these are expected to be installed in the Abilene site. This order alone is worth over $40 billion. NVIDIA is also scheduled to deliver the next generation GPUs by the end of 2026. According to another report, the scale of the Stargate project is so massive that it will require an unprecedented amount of memory. It states that it is expected to use 40% of the global DRAM supply. Unlike traditional data centers, Stargate is designed to operate as a monolithic entity, where millions of chips will function as a single cohesive computer. And to power this whole system, it will require an incredible amount of electricity. The current aim of the project is to use 10 gigawatts of compute capacity by 2029. This is enough electricity to power roughly 7.5 million homes. And to put this into perspective, this amount of electricity can power the whole of New York City. Thus far, 75% of the power is already secured, but some estimate that the power capacity requirements are expected to increase in the future. The project also plans to deploy small modular reactors directly on site, and there are future plans to purchase fusion power commercially by 2028. This project is not just limited to Abilene. Locations within Texas and other states are also selected to build other Stargate data centers, and work on most of these sites is already underway. The project has in fact now gone international. Several initiatives were launched in the UAE, Norway, the UK, and Argentina, but OpenAI had to pause or withdraw from the UK and Norway operations due to various reasons. But this is not stopping the project's plan for global expansion. One report suggests that more countries are being shortlisted for building the Stargate infrastructure. A project of this scale is also bound to have its challenges. Earlier this year, a severe winter storm had destroyed the Abilene site liquid cooling infrastructure, rendering several buildings offline for days. The Stargate project is relying on the scaling law, which suggests that the reasoning capability of an AI model improves with an increase in computing power. Stargate is betting on this law, that the physical scale is perhaps the only barrier left in achieving AGI. But is physical scale the right answer? In 2025, China's DeepSeek model rivaled OpenAI's model in reasoning capability. What was surprising to many then is that the DeepSeek model only costed $5.6 million to train, a lot less than OpenAI. So, is Stargate making the right bet here, or is this the beginning of a bubble that is about to burst? What do you think? Like and subscribe before sharing your thoughts in the comments.